Number 10. The infinite scroll trap. You open your phone to check just one notification. But suddenly, it's 3 in the morning. Your thumb is still scrolling, but your mind? Long gone. You're not laughing, not interested, not even aware anymore. And yet you just keep scrolling. No, you're not weak. Your brain isn't broken. It's actually falling for one of nature's oldest tricks. Every swipe is like a lottery ticket. There's a tiny chance that the next post will be amazing. That hit of dopamine, the chemical of anticipation, whispers, maybe the next one will be better. Even when you're bored out of your mind, that hope is enough to keep you going. And tech companies, they know this game inside and out. They've carefully removed every natural stopping point. Those little moments where you might have taken a break. It's like reading a book that never has chapters. Your brain never gets that cue to pause and say, all right, time to do something else. Some people describe it as being in a trance. They wake up after an hour, unable to recall a single thing they saw. Their thumb kept moving, but their thoughts were miles away. The strangest part? The more bored or unsatisfied you feel, the harder it is to stop. And just like that, you've fallen into the scroll trap, a never-ending feed, and a brain hoping the next swipe will finally be worth it. Number 9. The inner bully in your brain. Imagine having a tiny critic living inside your head, one that follows you everywhere, always ready to whisper the worst things at the worst times. You're going to mess this up. Everyone's judging you right now. You're not good enough. That voice isn't random. It has ancient roots. Back in the days of survival, being cautious could save your life. A little self-doubt might have kept you from wandering into danger, like getting too close to a hungry predator. But now, that same survival voice just holds you back, stops you from speaking up, from applying to that dream job, from texting someone you like. And here's the twist. That voice often sounds like someone you've known. A harsh teacher, a critical parent, a toxic boss. Your brain records those voices and replays them on loop. Some people give their inner critic a name. Doubtful Dan, Negative Nancy, Captain Killjoy. Why? Because it helps. It makes the voice feel less like you and more like a bad roommate. Even your body reacts to it. Ever feel your stomach tighten when that voice kicks in? That's your nervous system joining the criticism party. But here's what's important. Just because that voice is common doesn't mean it's correct. It's not the truth. It's not in charge. It's just noise. Number 8. The never-ending inner monologue. You're walking down the street, and suddenly you realize there's a narrator in your head. I should get coffee. No, wait, I've had too much today. But it smells so good. That voice. It's your brain's built-in storyteller. A nonstop stream of thoughts, like your very own personal podcast, running 24/7. Some people hear full sentences, like a movie script. Others just get a highlight reel, flashes of ideas, snippets of feelings. Not everyone has it in words, either. Some brains think in pictures, emotions, or even abstract shapes. It's like everyone's brain is running its own operating system. Sometimes, your inner voice splits into multiple voices. You've probably had full-blown debates with yourself, like a one-person courtroom drama playing out in your head. And wow, can it get dramatic? Tiny decisions become epic showdowns. Should I go out or stay in? Suddenly, it's a whole Netflix episode in your mind. But don't worry, this mental narrator is actually useful. It helps you plan ahead, reflect on the past, and imagine different versions of the future. Think of it as a rehearsal space, a simulation room where your brain runs through the script before the real show starts. So next time you catch your inner monologue rambling, just remember, it's not weird. It's just your brain trying to help in its own overthinking way. Number 7. The cosmic smallness realization. There are about 2 trillion galaxies out there. That's more galaxies than grains of sand on every beach on Earth. Let that sink in for a second. To cross just our own galaxy at the speed of light, you'd need 100,000 years. That's longer than human civilization has even existed. And suddenly, your brain does something strange. It zooms out, way out. It whispers, we're just living on a tiny blood, floating in an endless black sea. And weirdly, that overwhelming thought can feel good. Think about that email you forgot to send, that argument you had, that work deadline hanging over your head. Now picture it from space. Just a flicker, floating past billions of stars. Suddenly, the problem that felt massive becomes microscopic. This is what scientists call a cosmic perspective shift. It's like watching your biggest fears shrink until they're the size of dust. Some people say it feels like fear and freedom all at once. A strange mix of being tiny and yet, somehow, deeply connected to everything. Because being small doesn't mean you don't matter. It means you're part of something vast and mysterious. And here's the beautiful part. Out of all that space, all that time, and all those galaxies, there is only one you. You are literally one of a kind. In a universe so large, we can't even comprehend it. Number 6. The phantom name call. You're home alone. Everything's quiet. Then suddenly, you hear it. Someone just called your name. You freeze. You check the hallway. No one's there. The house is empty. But you know you heard it. So what's going on? Your brain is a master of patterns. It's constantly scanning the world, trying to make sense of the noise around you. Your fridge humming, the wind outside, a creaky floorboard, maybe even your neighbor's TV through the wall. Sometimes, those random sounds just happen to line up perfectly, and your brain goes, that sounded exactly like someone said your name. Why your name? Because your brain is hardwired to pick it out. It's like a built-in radar, always listening, always alert. In ancient times, this was a survival tool. You needed to hear your tribe calling for help, or warning you about danger in the wild. But now, that same system just freaks you out in your quiet apartment. The creepiest part? It happens more often when you're alone, or in unfamiliar places. That's your brain turning the threat radar up to full volume. Scientists call it auditory pareidolia, the same reason you might hear music in running water, or voices in static. So next time you hear your name in the silence, don't panic. It's just your brain, doing exactly what it evolved to do. Number 5. The word starts looking weird glitch. You're staring at a word, just a normal word, like banana or door. Then suddenly, it doesn't look right anymore. It looks strange, alien, like it was written in some made-up language from another planet. You blink. Still weird. Is that really how it's spelled? No, you're not going crazy. What you're experiencing is something called semantic satiation. It happens when your brain sees or hears the same word too many times in a row. And then, your brain just kind of checks out. Imagine pressing the same key on a piano over and over. Eventually, the sound turns into noise. That's what your brain does with language. It stops connecting the letters on the screen with the meaning it usually holds. So banana starts to feel like nonsense. Door looks like a word you've never seen before. The connection between the look of the word and its meaning gets scrambled for a little bit. But don't worry, this glitch is temporary. The moment you shift your attention away, your brain resets. It's just your mind saying, I need a break from this repeated signal. So if a word ever starts to feel like gibberish, you're not losing your grip on reality. You're just watching your brain get momentarily overloaded. And honestly, it's kind of fascinating to catch it in the act. Number 4. The did I lock the door? Loop. You're halfway to work, when a sudden thought hits you like a bolt of lightning. Wait, did I lock the front door? Your stomach drops. Your brain starts showing you vivid images of the door swinging open, of your stuff getting stolen, of a disaster waiting to happen. But here's the thing. This isn't your brain malfunctioning. It's actually doing exactly what it evolved to do. This urge to check, again and again, is an ancient survival system. Back in the day, leaving your cave open could mean predators sneaking in. A missed detail wasn't just inconvenient, it was deadly. Now, the stakes are lower, but the wiring's the same. Your brain still treats your front door like a cave entrance. And it really doesn't want a metaphorical bear wandering in. That's why you don't obsess over whether you zipped up your backpack. But the door? That's premium worry material. It's like your brain has an app running in the background called Don't Let the Bear In. And sometimes, that app goes into overdrive. So when that panicky thought shows up out of nowhere, just know, your brain is trying to protect you. It's not broken. It's just being a little overenthusiastic. Like an overprotective parent that double-checks everything, even when you already did. Number 3. The I've been here before feeling. You walk into a room you've never seen, but something feels weirdly familiar. Your brain suddenly whispers, I've lived this exact moment before. That strange little glitch? It's called déjà vu, and almost everyone's experienced it. Here's how it might work. Your brain usually takes in information in a clean sequence. See it, process it, file it. But sometimes, that process stutters. You unconsciously notice something first, like the lighting, a smell, or a layout. And a split second later, your conscious brain kicks in. Those two experiences collide, and it feels like you're reliving something, even if it's just a momentary overlap in processing. And it's not just about visuals. Déjà vu can hit with sounds, feelings, or entire conversations. You might suddenly know what someone is about to say, or feel like you've had that exact emotional moment before. People who travel a lot, or remember dreams vividly, tend to experience déjà vu more often. Their brains are constantly juggling new input and stored memories. And occasionally, the wires cross. Think of it like your brain filing something in the wrong folder. Just for a second. It doesn't mean anything's wrong with you. It's just your brain's incredible memory system doing its best, and sometimes getting a little tripped up. Number 2, the floating outside yourself experience. You're sitting at your desk, typing away like normal, when suddenly, you feel like you're watching yourself from above, like a camera just zoomed out and switched to third-person mode. One moment you're in your body. The next, you're floating somewhere near the ceiling, watching yourself from the outside. It's a strange, out-of-nowhere feeling, but it's more common than you think. This odd shift often shows up when you're sleep-deprived, deep in stress, or in an intense moment of focus or reflection. Sometimes, it even happens during meditation. What's going on? Well, your brain has a built-in GPS, a system that constantly tracks where your body is in space. But every now and then, it glitches. And when that happens, it's like your sense of self takes a short vacation. You don't actually leave your body, but your awareness steps outside, just for a second. What's even more fascinating? People who experience this often remember it in vivid detail. They can describe exactly what they were doing, how they looked, even the angle, like a memory from a movie. Scientists think it may be the brain's way of rebooting, like turning off a frozen phone and turning it back on. Or it could be a coping mechanism for emotional overload, a mental escape hatch when things feel too intense. For some, it first happens in childhood, a mix of fear, wonder, and curiosity. But here's the truth. This strange floating feeling? It's not paranormal. It's not dangerous. It's just another way your brilliant, bizarre brain experiences reality. Number 1, the phantom earbug sensation. You're lying in bed, almost asleep, when suddenly, you feel it. Something's crawling in your ear. Tiny legs, a tickle, maybe even a buzz. Your heart jumps. Your eyes snap open. You're sure something's in there. But when you check with a flashlight, or even visit a doctor, there's nothing. Your ear is completely clear. So what just happened? Your ears are packed with thousands of sensitive nerve endings. They're like a crowded stadium, where even the slightest movement gets noticed. But sometimes, those nerves misfire. They send your brain the wrong message, like a false alarm. It's kind of like spam calls, except instead of your car warranty is expiring, you get, there's definitely a bug in your ear. And your brain believes it. Because your brain is a master of filling in the gaps. When it gets weird, fuzzy signals, it doesn't ask for proof. It creates a sensation to match. That tickling, that crawling, that buzzing. It's not real, but it feels real. Things like loud sounds, stress, or even aging can confuse your ear's nerve signals. And when that happens, your brain fills in the blanks with the creepiest possibility it can think of. The good news? It's harmless. Just your brain being a little dramatic. So next time it feels like something's living in your ear, take a breath. Check once. Then trust that your brain is just playing tricks. Again.